today's day and age, a productive and innovative workplace is as important as the other factors that make or break a company. Today, when most companies are looking forward to innovation and creativity amongst their employees, workspaces play a pivotal role in motivating their employees to think out of the box and come up with creative solutions. This episode of Workplace Excellence brings to you yet another set of exciting workplaces known for their creative workspace, iconic stature, and colossal scale of functioning. When you think online retail in the country, this is one of the first names that gets the bell ringing in the minds of every individual. Launched in 2007, Flipkart.com is one of India's leading e-commerce marketplaces with over 30 million products selling in over 70 categories.
We're reinventing commerce in India, and if you want to reinvent commerce in India, you have to reinvent India. It's as simple as that. If you think about Flipkart isn't just an e-commerce company, it's a logistics company. You have to think about warehouses, you have to think about transport, you have to think about how people actually are operating around places, you have to think about how payments are working, you have to think about credit, you have to think about so many things that are in all of this have to almost be built from scratch. And so I think as the infrastructure in the country actually develops, we and companies like us have a huge part to play in that. And so you come in, you think about the impact you're having, and you realize that the impact goes much beyond all the business goals you have. It actually is the impact on society and in the country. That drives people here. Most people, when they're working on things where they're introducing a new category or building a new feature, they're almost always thinking about the fact that maybe this will actually change the way India does things. Shopping will change. Maybe certain parts of the country where they had no access hitherto to a product will now be able to buy that. That sense of a mission that's much bigger than a typical mission of a company is what drives Flipkart. If your ethos are about reinvention, it's about building stuff from scratch, then almost traditionally a lot of youth actually want to be a part of it because they all come with fresh ideas and interesting things to do. When they join the company, they actually imbue the company with those kind of ethos even more. They reinforce them. So if you look around our ecosystem, just the vibe, how the place feels, etc., it isn't just been built by one or two people. It's actually ideas that have floated around from throughout the organization. And so when that happens, then in turn that leads to even more youth actually wanting to be a part of it.
Engineers, Flipkart's flagship tech conference /N is here.
And innovation only happens when your mind is free and can actually think about new and interesting ideas. The problems that we all are actually trying to solve are very difficult problems. Some of them have been rooted in decades and centuries of structures that have already been put into place. Now you're trying to chip away at them and try to come up with new ideas. They're not going to happen if we just did things de rigueur, just the way they were always done. They're going to come when you have new ways of thinking. And so if I can actually sit here, this looks like some kind of a golf course, and actually talk to you, if I can just peacefully sit in an environment that's different from a usual office environment, maybe I'll have a different idea, maybe I'll have a different perspective.
Headquartered in Bangalore, Flipkart was the brainchild of the duo of Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal. The brand is well known for revolutionizing the e-commerce market in India through its innovative practices.
There's a very deep belief for us in Flipkart that the workplace and life outside work really doesn't have any major boundaries. So people should have as much fulfillment at work as they would have at home with their family. So that in a sense defines both who we are in India and the sort of impact we want to have, as well as who we are for an employee in terms of just feeling a part of one big family that can do great things together. If you look at every floor is deriving inspiration from a different facet of life. So we have a floor dedicated to sports, which is the floor we're on right now. So this is like an Olympic theme. There's a floor dedicated to Bollywood, and like great actors, there's a big photograph of Rajnikant. Who can look at that and not be inspired, right? So the spirit is to have a vibrant environment that is inspiring, but also lots of light and a seating method where people continuously meet each other, can have lots of conversations, and then work can just happen as a consequence. Work doesn't have to be like a serious, boring thing, right? So that's really the spirit of what we've tried to do here. You should be working at Flipkart because you want to work here and it gives you a great sense of energy. At any point, if life is demanding something else of you, you should have the opportunity to do that, right? So be it having a child, be it flexible working hours, but even for fathers, right? So even have, I think, probably the most generous paternity policy in India. So be it for mothers, fathers, or people who spend a few years, we want people to feel a sense of energy coming to work, and if that's not there or you need personal time, you should have it. Right? So that's the principle behind it, and we'll keep doing that. We've got started, but we'll keep doing that, and hopefully we can stay at the front edge of doing many interesting things for our employees.
Flipkart's pristine new office located in Sarjapur in Bangalore is at par with any multinational office from around the world. The 11th floor building has different themes for each floor and is an inspiration for its employees.
So what also makes it a fun place to work is that, if you have something to say, people do listen to you here, and we try and make it fun. We have this event every alternate Friday called the Flip Out Friday, where, all the employees ask questions which are answered by the management, and at the end of it all, we serve beer to the employees.
A combination of an engaging office space and unconventional employee engagement techniques has led to Flipkart being one of the most preferred workplaces amongst the youth today.
There's work, and apart from work, there are a lot of other things to do here. So, especially the floor that I work on, the theme is books, and there's a library right next to my cubicle. You get time to read, and basically, apart from work, you get time to do a lot of other things. And innovative things also. So it helps you come up with new creative ideas. You also have other non-work fun things that you have here. You have a TT, you have a recreation room where you have video games, you have table tennis, you can play foosball and chill out.
With a legacy of over 9 decades, the Raymond Group is a well-deserved icon in the textile industry. Raymond offers end-to-end solutions for fabrics and garmenting and has some of the leading brands in its portfolio, including Raymond Ready to Wear, Park Avenue, Hawks and Color Plus amongst others. The brand has one of the largest exclusive retail networks in the textile and fashion space in India.
What we are actually building is work culture around 5 basic tenets. It is around transparency across the organization. It's about meritocracy. It's about personal accountability. We would like our organization to be known for bias for action and collaborative working. So the very clear defined scope for each of this as to what it is and more importantly what it is not. And around these 5 pivots, we're trying to build the overall culture in the organization. I think the young organization, we may be known for our 90th year as an iconic brand legacy that we all have inherited, but I think I would rather be known as a 19-year-old mind with a 90-year-old legacy that we've inherited. So I think we're highly energized. We all wake up in the morning feeling seeing only great opportunity ahead of us. It's a young organization. Over half the organization is under 2 years in Raymond. And we're talking about a large organization with over 30,000 people. So the average age of organization under 35, the average age of leadership under 40, the average CEO, CXO age under 45. So if you see, it's really a mindset of looking at tremendous opportunity, not just Indian opportunity, but actually international or global opportunity that we see is driving ahead this whole organization. We are in a fashion consumable industry, and that's never going to go out of the vogue. So the relevance of industry and the scale of the opportunity, both in terms of career growth opportunity, learning opportunity, the expanse of this in terms of its stakes, not just India but worldwide, I think is a very attractive proposition for a young person. The curve that organization is currently on, or the cusp that it is in terms of changing its track from being a product-centric organization to a customer-centric organization. And that will involve virtually bottoms-up reconfiguring the whole Raymond. And every young talent or every new talent wants to be part of reconfiguring and creating this future organization. I personally have a quarterly town hall wherein with 100% of my employees, we do it every quarter and we webcast it to all the locations in the world. So, and in which there is a opportunity for people to really interact directly with me at a frequency every quarter.
One of Raymond's unique initiatives is the Skilled Tailoring Institute by Raymond that was conceptualized to train unemployed youth, women, minority communities and the lesser privileged sections of the society in the art and science of tailoring. The initiative aims to upgrade the current skill set and encourages employment and entrepreneurship, which in turn enables the students to upgrade their product in terms of finish and style, earn more revenue and thereby improve their status in the society.
I'm sure this is an exciting place for younger people to come because we allow a lot of risk taking. We believe taking risks in people is the biggest service we can do to the organization because it uncovers potential that otherwise may go untapped. In an effort to instill the culture that we have defined, we have looked at every single people policy and processes over the last 2 years or so and redefined each of them to make it world-class and benchmarked with the best that India has seen. Our performance management process, for instance, over the last 2 years have been redefined or recasted from its older format, where we have very sharply defined what performance means, what differentiation means, and therefore an experience of fairness and objectivity in the way people are appraised and therefore rewarded. There is an annual Raymond Awards for Excellence that we host, which recognizes extraordinary contribution from employees in the area of innovation, doing some extraordinary contribution from performance point of view, or bringing out a new process that was previously not, or differently done that has a long-term contribution to the business. So I think autonomy, the feeling of acknowledgement and recognition, and the freedom to fail are a couple of things that I think makes people find this experience of working with Raymond quite exciting in recent times. We invest in people and believe in their potential. So you believe that this person can do it. We also make it possible for him to do it by investing in him through very advanced talent practices and professional learning programs as well. That gives him the confidence that he is able to take on the world.
Achievements are celebrated at Raymond. Each business unit has reward and recognition programs that honor excellence in performance and innovation on a regular basis.
Great Place to Work में हमें second prize मिला है. इसके लिए management ने सारे employees को ये वाला silver medal दिया हुआ है. Personally, I feel that this is a great place to work for women.
Something I guess which I can confidently tell is that within my immediate friend circle, in fact I can boast about it, is no one has a richer, intense or more diverse professional experience than I managed to get it. People here are very, very approachable, especially the senior management, and they actually take personal responsibility in resolving your queries, and that's one important thing. This organization adopts a very employee-centric approach, so that company is very open. In fact, it prompts people to, at times you get pushback from HR or from your management that you have been in this role for 2 years. What are you doing about it? Why are you not moving out of it?
When it's about the work environment, at Raymond it is always buzzing with ideas and exciting projects, where every individual is provided ample opportunities to unleash their creative genius.
What Raymond has is, I think it gives their employees a lot of empowerment. There's a lot of transparency in the company, and especially to the women employees, I think there's a lot of things which the company adds to. You're given a lot of freedom to explore. There's an opportunity to grow. They support the women employees in terms of their needs, because women's needs are a little different to what men is. So the company is really supportive.
In as little as 11 years since its inception in 2004, Yes Bank has scaled heights of excellency by building its foundation on sound knowledge, unmatchable expertise and professional entrepreneurship. This young bank has leveraged by combining its energy and expertise to seize every possible opportunity.
I started my career in 1980 in Bank of America, so about 35 plus years ago, and from the very inception I nurtured a dream to start a a new age bank driven by professional entrepreneurship. The divine opportunity in my career as an entrepreneur, and I classify myself as a professional entrepreneur, actually came when we got an in-principle license in 2002, which took almost 2 years to crystallize into a bank, which started in 2004. But the important thing is that the bank was conceived as the professionals' bank of India. So it had a DNA, it had a genetic to begin with, it had a ethos, HR ethos of owner, manager, partners in the bank, in the sense that people who would join at top, middle, junior level, at all levels would really partake in this DNA of the Professionals Bank of India.
Along with its strong foundation, Yes Bank strives hard to instill a great sense of integrity and pride in its employees, in turn rewarding them with enhanced skill levels and leadership qualities.
We are a very young bank and we are very proud to be in our 12th year, and we take immense pride in the organizational excellence we have achieved. We have a 5C model of engaging with our employees. The 5 C's comprise of culture, connect, career, communication and care. One of our very unique Connect initiatives we have in the bank is called Yes Connect. In this Yes Connect, which is held every month in every branch and every office, we get the local leadership as well as the human capital team to connect directly with the employees at the workplace through 5 or 6 themes. For instance, one Yes Connect in a month could talk about the code of conduct. The Yes Connect in the next month could be about organizational values, so on and so forth.
Yes Bank as a brand stands tall on the pillars of trust and transparency. By keeping their stakeholders and employees first, they have invested more in human capital and regard it as their greatest wealth. They envision their growth in the prosperity of their stakeholders.
The Yes Bank brand has been built around the key brand pillars of trust, transparency, knowledge-backed human capital, technology and responsible banking. These brand pillars are beautifully epitomized in the Yes Bank Money Plant, which has been really a brand mascot over the last 11 years.
Endeavoring for a holistic and inclusive growth, Yes Bank gives equal impetus to its employees. Celebrating gender diversity and encouraging informative platforms has helped Yes Bank in aligning employees towards work ethos.
Well, I think, at Yes Bank, we are really building an inclusive and responsible organization, and we would think that towards that the right balance is towards gender diversity. Women being, coming in high on their emotional quotient, or women being more sensitive with empathy towards certain areas, we believe that these are differentiated leaders that can get created in an organization. And at Yes Bank, we just don't believe in hiring women. I think it is very important to be able to handhold them and to nurture them across their entire life cycle. We have something called gender respect and commitment to equality. It is called Yes Grace, and this is really a positive reinforcement of Yes Bank towards making the bank a safe environment.
Yes Bank's work ethics and culture flows through each employee. New recruits are aligned with experienced employees and the old ones are retained through various employee engagement programs.
I've been working with Yes Bank for the past 6 months now. The Yes Bank Professional Entrepreneurship Program, YPEP as we call it, has given me the opportunity to work alongside the senior management team here, receive real-time training and mentorship from them. I've been handling projects right from day one and shouldering responsibilities. This has imbibed in me the work culture and ethos of Yes Bank, and also prepared me for being the next professional entrepreneur.
Rising since 11 years, Yes Bank has become the 5th largest private sector bank in India. Prominent eminence in building business models for entrepreneurs and their strong belief in the mantra of diverse cultures and individual work styles makes Yes Bank one of the finest workplaces of our nation.
And I think the next step in life is to also ensure that today HR frameworks are very design driven, because what has changed, and this is my 4th decade in banking, Indian banking, that today HR frameworks, institutional and organizational structures need to be driven by design, need to be driven by innovation. And I like to add to that creativity, and naturally the sigma of that is entrepreneurship. So it's called DICE, design, innovation, creativity and entrepreneurship. To me, this is the mantra that 12,700 Yes Bankers, over 700 branches in all 29 states in the country, with an average age of now 31 years, have inculcated. And to me, they create contagious entrepreneurial energy in every nook and corner of the bank. And that to me is our biggest strength, because the genetics of the bank, the DNA of the bank today resonates entrepreneurship and creativity.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.